Well, it's one of the most difficult things you can experience as a child, watching the memory of the one who raised you gradually slip away. And someone who knows that all too well and here now representing the Alzheimer sponsoring our segment today is board member Emile Lee. Emily, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we're gearing up towards World Alzheimer's Day this Saturday, and you actually have a personal connection to the disease. What's your story?
I do. So my mother was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's at the age of 60 back in June of 2012. She lived with the disease for about 11 years. My father was the primary caregiver for about 10 years. It was a devastating journey, seeing your loved one slip away day after day. I think one of the most devastating moments was I could tell that she no longer knew who I was. And so I asked her, do you have a daughter? She said no. So I really tried to turn my pain into purpose and volunteer and give back and do what I can so that future generations don't have to experience this type of pain ever again.
Absolutely. Just talking to you now is bringing back a flood of memories of my dad and the first time he didn't remember me when he was at the care facility where he was saying he loved to run and he would run the halls and he just ran right past me and I was kind of like, okay, yeah. So he doesn't recall. But there are times though when you can still see a little glimmer, right, of who they are, and that gives you a little bit of joy. So let's talk a little bit about what you think people should know who may not experience what we've been through, having a loved one with early onset even.
What people should know, it can be a really long journey, but you have resources available to you. We have the Walk to End Alzheimer's coming up, and it's the world's largest event for raising awareness and funds for care, research, and support. And so I'm very grateful for the organization because without the resources and the community and this sense of hope that we will someday have a cure for the disease. We do have 2 treatments, but it's not widely available yet. So we do have a sense of hope, though, that these funds and the awareness that we're raising through these walks is really making a difference. And so that is something I definitely want people to know. Resources are available to help. And so people should take advantage of them.
Yes, absolutely. That's one thing that we did not do enough of going through the experience with my dad, that now looking back, I wish I would have known that you had these resources available. And hopefully one day we will have a cure from all the funds that we're raising. Alzheimer's disease is awful for the person, but it's also awful for the caregiver. How was that for your dad?
It was a long road. It was really difficult for him. Speaking of resources, it would have been wonderful to know more about respite care and navigating the journey. His health started to decline, which is very common for caregivers whenever they can't get away and care for themselves and get to the doctor and do all of their testing to make sure that they're getting along okay. It's very common for their health to decline. So it was very challenging to watch him experience it. And there are over 300,000 caregivers in Illinois, and there are over 13 million caregivers in the U.S. who are walking this long path, and thankfully have resources available for them, but it's still really, really difficult. And you can feel quite alone in that journey. Absolutely.
It's a devastating disease and just heartbreaking all at the same time. But that's why we walk. We walk to find a cure to end Alzheimer's disease, and that's happening this Saturday. Brand new location there at Crystal Lake Park. So people can sign up online, still participate.
Yeah, sign up online. You can also just walk the day of. Make sure you register whenever you walk in. It's a really beautiful day. We have a bunch of different activities. One of my favorite is the flower ceremony, where everyone gets a specific flower that represents their connection to the disease, which is it's a beautiful way to recognize how everyone is connected to it. We are not alone. There's this sense of camaraderie and this feeling of hope. You know, everyone around you knows what the other person is going through, but that's why we're there. We're putting our pain into purpose, and we're raising funds to find a cure so that no generation in the future has to deal with this disease.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm sorry that we share a connection through Alzheimer's disease, but it's great to hear that there is hope, and you can always find a little bit of joy if you just look hard enough. And if you want to learn more about this year's walk and get signed up, we'll connect you at ciLiving.tv. And we do thank the Alzheimer's Association for sponsoring our segment today.